morning. I'm Chris Jones. My husband Don and I have been members here at Zion for about 14 years. Back in the day when we actually could see each other here, you may have seen me in the choir or helping with communion as part of the altar guild, or even serving you a dinner before a theater production. As a military family, we generally moved every 2 years before retiring, and being a part of this community, this family, has been amazing. Instead of moving on just as the next thing was approaching, we've been here as our family and our church have undergone so many changes. Some painful, some joyful, some just plain challenging. And we've constantly been amazed at the resilience, the tenacity, and the generosity that our church family has demonstrated time and again. Here's an example. Some of you may know that in a former life, I was a church administrator. I attended lots of seminars and classes about church fundraising and capital campaigns. Those folks that lead those seminars have a few guidelines to predict how a successful campaign will be. Here's one. When something throws a big monkey wrench in a building project, money's likely to dry up. Well, we had a big, moldy wrench thrown into our building project 6 years ago. And as Pastor Dave has said many times, our congregation took a deep breath and said, well, what's it gonna take? How long is it gonna be? And we kept up our pledge giving. As a matter of fact, the fulfillment of pledges exceeded what most congregations can expect when building a whole new sanctuary. And although I haven't been to a seminar for many years now, I'm sure they would have predicted that something like the year we've been through, when we couldn't give and receive those Sunday morning hugs, couldn't receive communion at this rail, couldn't even worship in this sanctuary, could have spelled financial ruin. But here at Zion, it didn't. We kept up our giving, we kept worshiping from our living rooms, and last week, a confirmation class who's met almost exclusively via Zoom completed their study and will be celebrated and received later this year when we can do it together. Now, we have the plan, the opportunity, and the challenge to complete the ministry center. We can do this. As part of the building committee 6 years ago, it was a painful decision to recommend to the congregation that we suspend work on the ministry center. We knew what that building could mean to our church: educational meeting space, church and community meeting space. As part of the building committee now, I know this building can and will be more than we ever dreamed. I recently heard Pastor Kathy say, let's not put God in a box about how that building's going to be used. I can't wait to see what God has in store for us. As you and your family continue to pray about how to respond to our Building to Grow, Growing to Serve campaign, I invite you to read the insert in today's bulletin and to have faith in God's sufficiency for your family and for our congregation. And mark your calendars for the special all-congregation online event next Sunday, May 2nd at 4 p.m. Thank you.